This is our next episode on gender equality. We have with us today two ladies from Switzerland. Femmy is from Goa, from Vasco. She's done her education in Bombay and now she's based in Switzerland. Silvy is a French lady from Paris and they are both clinical psychologists.
My name is Femmy. I studied in Mumbai University. I'm a clinical psychologist, and in Geneva, Switzerland, I work as a special needs teacher for a foundation, which is a private foundation.
Hello, I'm Silvy. I'm French. I live in France. I'm a psychologist training, and I work with Femmy, the same foundation for children with special needs.
They arrived in Goa to visit Femmy's family and as well as do a bit of a tour of India. And they had some uncomfortable experiences in North India when they visited over there, men staring at them and things like that. So which I've asked them to talk about. Plus in this episode, I've also asked them to talk about how they sensitize and train young boys, school level boys, to respect girls and then grow up into proper gentlemen. So it's indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to introduce to you these wonderful ladies, Femmy and Silvy.
So I'm on a visit to Goa. My hometown is Goa, with my friend Silvy, and then we decided to travel to North India for a visit, and we came through certain experiences which we want to share with you all.
Silvy wanted to answer in French because she was more comfortable in that language, and Femmy was translating for her in English. So this is an interesting interview this way. We are having a conversation in French and English together.
Nous étions dans le nord de l'Inde.
We were in north of India.
Et nous avions entendu parler qu'il fallait faire attention en tant que femme.
And everybody told us to be careful because we are women.
Concernant les viols.
Concerning the rapes.
Concernant les regards très insistants.
Yeah, and the men watching the women.
Et qu'il fallait s'habiller correctement.
And to dress up properly, wear salwar kameez, closed.
Et ne pas sortir trop tard le soir.
And not going out very late at night.
Donc nous étions très vigilantes par rapport à ça.
So all the time we were very much alert. We used to go out in the evening or even during the day. We were always alert as women.
Et nous n'avons pas l'habitude de voyager comme ça.
And we don't have this kind of fear when we are in Europe.
De se sentir libre de faire ce que l'on veut à l'heure qu'on veut.
Mm-hmm. Because in Europe we can just walk in the evening, we can go do our shopping, but in the north of India it was very different.
Et nous avons eu une expérience d'un homme qui nous a suivis.
We had an experience of a man who followed us. It was 6:30 in the evening.
Et donc on a eu un peu peur.
We were a bit scared.
On s'est caché dans un hôtel.
We walked a bit faster and we hid in a hotel.
On a attendu quelques minutes.
We waited for a little while.
Il s'est retourné, il a fait pas en arrière.
Yes. And the man, he was still waiting for us. He was watching us where we were going.
Et ensuite il est parti.
And then he walked away.
Mais nous étions toujours en alerte.
And we were all the time scared, on alert.
Pour choisir les rickshaws.
Yeah, also to choose a rickshaw.
Et on avait peur dans les taxis.
And we were also scared in the taxi. Like I used to tell Silvy, we won't take taxis because taxis, the doors can be closed. So we always prefer a rickshaw.
They have some interesting exercises. These psychologists have designed certain special exercises based on role playing. In schools, for young boys and girls, they have these exercises where the boys are given activities which are normally traditionally meant for the females, and the girls are given exercises which are traditionally meant for the men. So boys learn these kind of jobs which women do at home, and girls learn the kind of jobs men do. So boys understand what girls do and girls understand what boys do, and they both learn what the other gender does and become sensitive to the other person's way of doing things. Very interesting exercise, and I've asked them to tell us about it.
So as psychologists, we can give you some suggestions. Like in Europe, we have boys who participate in the role play, and they participate in playing, changing nappies for the small dolls, giving food to the babies, or cooking in the kitchen. So all this goes through role play and the exercise for the children in the school, in the classroom itself, where they play together. These games are organized in a different manner in a class. Like each game has a different place, and the children, they play around, they mix with each other, and this starts right from 4 years old. So this is the role play model that we have in Europe.
Et les filles peuvent également faire des jeux, par exemple pour être mécanicien.
Yes, and the girls can equally also play mechanics, they put on a helmet, they will go to repair something.
Garagiste.
Or a garage. So the girls also the electrician, or going to repair something with a hammer, like with a nail, with some tools. So even the girls, they do like a different game. So it's really like a symbolic game which teaches the children earlier in their age to really practice these kinds of things. Like it's not only for the boys or only for the girls, but it is like both the boys and the girls can do.
C'est plus une question de compétences à acquérir c'est plus une question de compétences que de genre en fait.
Yeah, it is more like of a competency. It's not like the boy has to do this.
À travers ces jeux symboliques, on travaille l'égalité entre les filles et les garçons. Il est important qu'il n'y ait pas de différence de genre.
So with the symbolic games that we mentioned in the classroom, we work on the equality between the girl and the boy, and that there is no difference between the boy and the girl.
Children learn gender roles by watching their parents. Young boys look at their father and learn his behavior pattern towards their mother. And if the father is violent to the mother, they consider that as normal behavior patterns. So parents have to be made aware and sensitive of this, that they do not behave in such a way that the children learn the negative parts of their relationships. So this is another thing psychologists, especially in schools, when they have the parent-teacher meetings, they do talk to the parents about how the children are affected by their behavior patterns. This is another question I asked them, so they told us about it.
Et dans la famille, ça passe également par les attitudes.
And in the family, it passes equally with the attitude.
Pour donner le bon exemple, par exemple, un papa doit parler correctement à sa femme.
Like the father has to talk correctly to his wife.
Parce que les enfants, les garçons entendent ce qui se passe dans le foyer.
Because the children, they listen, especially the boy, like he listens how the father treats his wife.
Et si un père considère mal sa femme ou la traite mal ou lui parle mal, n'utilise pas les bons mots, cet enfant plus tard va reproduire le même schéma avec sa propre femme.
Yes, and if the father talks like very badly to his wife, like with bad words, or like trying to degrade her with bad words, or like words which are not necessary, the child listens to this and he may reproduce the same thing as he grows up.
On apprend de ses parents.
We learn from our parents.
Donc cette attitude du regard de l'homme sur la femme et du comportement de l'homme sur la femme passe également par cette attitude dans la famille en fait.
Yeah, so we learn from our parents. So it is very important, like, to give a good example, and all these things that we have mentioned, it passes also from the parents to the child. So it's necessary to give a good example.
Et l'école et la famille doivent également mettre en place, changer les comportements, faire en sorte que les garçons respectent plus les filles. Et ça commence très jeune.
So this has to start very young. The school and the family can work together. So the children, as they grow up, they will also change their attitude towards the woman and have a different look towards her, like with respect and with love.
My next question was to tell us about their suggestions for teaching boys to respect girls.
Okay. So that a woman can be more comfortable in the Indian society, we could suggest like some strategies to be used in school to sensitize young boys to have a different look at the woman, like not to stare at the woman, to respect the woman because she has a lot of values. She sacrifices so much for the family. She's a mother, she's a sister, she's a daughter. So it's very important to consider the woman as she is and to give her that love and the respect.
Et à la maison également,
And even at home,
on peut encourager les garçons
we could encourage the boys
à partager les tâches ménagères
to share the domestic tasks at home.
pour aider, mais pour
To help.
Et puis pour plus tard ensuite considérer sa femme et aider sa femme dans les tâches ménagères.
Yeah, to help and to consider also his wife, like in the domestic tasks, to do together.
Et pour avoir une égalité au niveau des comportements et des attitudes.
And to have like an equality in the behavior and the attitude.
We all are earthlings, citizens of this earth, human beings, human species. And we all human beings have to eventually learn, understand what is harmony between genders. If our human species has to survive beyond a certain number of generations. So we have to understand wisdom lies in harmony, understanding, caring, empathy. So it's important for us to preach and promote gender equality as well as equality of other beings and other people for us to really survive and keep this earth alive instead of being destructive in our behavior patterns. I'd like to thank you both, Femmy and Silvy, for telling us so much about how psychologically we can help young boys and girls grow into proper gentlemen and ladies. Thank you for sharing with us your experiences and your knowledge. I'm truly grateful to you. Thank you.